Hi, sweetheart. I was just reading this funny article in this magazine of yours. It's called The Bermuda Triangle. It's about this woman who goes on vacation to Bermuda, and she meets this married man who's actually turns out to be the husband of her best friend.
I don't want to hear another word about married men.
Excuse me, did I miss something?
Yeah, sure, you missed something. I'll tell you what you missed. You missed me. I can't do anything but... See what I mean? Look at this. Look, another example of my incompetence.
Oh, who said you were
Great.
incompetent? I think, half the time I'm very happy with what you're doing.
Oh, of course you're happy. Sure, you're happy. You're the married man. Married men are always happy.
Wendy, what are you talking about?
Never mind, you wouldn't understand. You're not the one that has to listen to my mother. She says all these things
Wendy,
about
put this
married
down.
men. Oh, Warren, I'm not
Wendy,
that incompetent.
no, I said.
Being called down here, Lieutenant. Perhaps if you find my attitude uncooperative, it's because I find yours inconsiderate. I told you everything I knew when you questioned me at the party.
That was before Susie Wyatt confessed to shooting Justine Calvert.
I've already explained that. She thought she was playing a game. We all did, although I must admit, frankly, I was outraged at the idea, the gall of Joe Turner expecting me to lie on a filthy floor and play dead.
Playing the victim doesn't appeal to you.
It wouldn't have appealed to anyone, Lieutenant. We were all extremely well dressed at the time.
After the guests read their instruction envelopes, do you by any chance remember Susie's attitude when she left the parlor?
As I recall, she was smiling broadly. I assume she was happy to find out she wasn't going to have to play dead and ruin her... You do realize that you're wasting your time and the taxpayers' money, forcing me to stand here and
You're
repeat
welcome
things that
to sit.
I wouldn't dream of it.
What exactly is your relationship to Susie Wyatt?
I was married to her stepfather.
Your relationship to Miss Calvert?
She's an employee at Channel 6.
Isn't she a receptionist? Miss Wyatt, is she or is she not your receptionist?
If you saw the way the girl types, Lieutenant, you'd understand my hesitation.
Hesitation may keep you here all night.
Answering too quickly could also have its drawbacks.
How would you describe the relationship between Susie and Justine?
They knew each other.
How well?
Oh, hello, good morning, whatever.
Is Cagney McCleary the whatever?
Whatever they saw in him is beyond me.
Then they did discuss him.
On occasion.
Aren't they both in love with him?
Oh, now anything is possible, Lieutenant.
Even jealousy? Wouldn't you say that that's an accurate description of their relationship? From what I've learned, Susie is very outspoken when it comes to Justine. In fact, on a number of occasions, she has warned Justine in front of people to stay away from Cagney.
Justine could be such a pest.
Could you elaborate on that?
Well, now, Lieutenant, if a fly is buzzing around you, do you swat it away or allow it to land on your nose?
We're not discussing me. We're talking about your stepdaughter. Think she was capable of shooting Justine Calvert? Just to set the record straight, Mrs. Wyatt, I do neither. If a fly is bothering me, I walk away. For the last time, was Susie capable of shooting Justine?
What is
You
wrong
can't use
with
this,
you?
it's broken.
Sweetheart, it's not broken.
No,
Just let me
Wendy, I
plug it.
told you it's broken. I tried to use it this morning and there isn't any suction on
Warren,
it.
it's because the bag is probably full. If you
It's
just let
not
me
the
plug
bag,
it
I
in,
already
then
checked
can
it. You know what the problem is? It's a cheap piece of junk is what the problem
Warren,
is, I
calm
think.
down. It's just a vacuum sweeper. What is wrong with you?
You should never have to use that at all. Wendy, you are my wife. You should be entertaining Henderson's society, not pushing a vacuum across the floor.
It's all right, really. I don't do it that often.
You shouldn't have to do it at all, Wendy. You should have a cook. You should have a housekeeper. You should have a beautiful home. You know, all the stuff I promised you when we first got married.
You listen to me, Warren Carter. If I break every single fingernail, I won't complain because I have you. I can deal with the hardships. After all, breaking fingernails is a very big
Wendy,
hardship. You don't.
this is not funny. I really hate feeling helpless.
Stop thinking I need anything else besides you. Okay? Such a sad face. Oh, I wish there was a way I could put a smile on that face that would last forever.
No, I do not think she would shoot Justine. Susie is the kindest, most loving person I've ever known.
She wouldn't hurt a fly.
Right.
You love Susie very much, don't you, Mrs. Wyatt?
Yes, I do. And I'd do anything to protect her, so you can stop trying to manipulate me, Lieutenant. You will never get me to say that my stepdaughter is a cold-blooded killer.
Define anything.
Having trouble with a word? May I suggest the dictionary?
Well, anything as in anything to protect her?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'll rephrase the question. How far would you go to protect Susie?
I'd give her the shirt off my back, figuratively speaking. You do understand the use of the word figuratively, don't you?
You wouldn't lie to protect her, would you?
I don't have to lie. I know her. And I know that she wouldn't try to shoot Justine.
Give her the shirt off your back, but you wouldn't lie.
That's what I said.
Would you tamper with evidence?
What? If you're implying that I'm the one that got rid of that weapon, you couldn't be more wrong. My instructions told me to play dead, and that's exactly what I was doing when Wendy found me.
Oh, no. I was referring to the instruction envelopes.
What about them?
Well, I have it here in very good authority that you were caught red-handed with them.
What? Who told you that? Joe Turner. I should have known. Well, let me tell you something about that lady, Lieutenant. She's been trying to get me for years, but it won't work because I know exactly what she's doing. She wants a scapegoat. She wants to shift her guilt to me, and I'm not going to let her do it. She's the one who's responsible for this killing, and she is the one who is going to have to live with it.
You accusing Joe Turner of masterminding a murder plot?
No, of course not. Joe loves Susie. I'm just saying that her culpability is obvious. She's the one who decided to make a game out of murder. She's the one who came up with that stupid party, and if she hadn't, we wouldn't be going through this.
Well, how do you explain your lie about the envelopes, then?
It was no lie. I didn't have time to tamper with them. That busybody was in the room while I was still looking at the tray. Besides which, that all happened after we had all read the instructions.
Does that include Susie?
Of course it does. Susie, me, all of us. We read our instructions, we left the parlor, and Joe picked up the tray, and that was it.
Well, then, Susie's little story about different instructions was pure fabrication.
No. No, it wasn't. No. No, somebody could have tampered with those instructions before the party started.
Mrs. Turner doesn't think that was possible.
Mrs. Turner doesn't know anything. Mrs. Turner was willing to accuse me, an innocent bystander. No, what I want to know is where was she when the real culprit was doing the dirty work?
Well, like you, she was probably denying the obvious.
Which is what?
That the real culprit had already confessed to shooting Justine Calvert.
It was not Susie.
There's no other explanation, Mrs. Wyatt. Everything I've learned only reinforces that this is an open and shut case. If it were to go to court tomorrow, the jury would find Susie guilty of attempted murder.
On what grounds?
Jealousy. It's the usual motive in cases like this.
No, that's where you're wrong. Look, Wendy took Warren Carter away from Susie, and that was adultery. And Susie kept her head down.
Excuse me, Mrs. Wyatt, but we're finished.
No, you gotta understand this about Susie, please. Susie was more upset with Wendy than she ever was with Justine.
Good night,
she didn't go out.
Mrs. Wyatt.
Would you say something? You're so quiet.
Were you serious about wanting to make me happy?
Just say whatever it is you need, and I'll do it.
Get closer to Susie.
Why?
Wendy, you know how much I love my son. You know how much he means to me. I can't help him if I'm in hiding, so I'm counting on you.
On me?
Yeah, Susie's been charged with attempted murder. I'm afraid for my son. You gotta try to get close to her again.
Oh, okay, I know what you mean. I bet Susie could use a friend right now. If I play my cards just right, maybe she'll let me babysit again.
Yeah.
And that would make you happy, wouldn't it?
Wendy, if you could just get near him and watch out for him, I would be so relieved.
Consider it done. Tomorrow I will make my move on Susie.
You mean that? You mean that? You would do that for me?
I would do it tonight. Except tonight. Tonight I have a very romantic dinner planned for you.
Oh.
So if you don't mind, I'm going to go in the other room, and I'm going to slip into something just a little more comfortable. And then we'll have a toast to Warren Carter Jr., his daddy, and his mommy-to-be.